Hi, my name is Mrs. Zatzke. I'm your seventh grade student's science teacher this year in EVA. Let's go ahead and get started. So I wanted to go over some general information about my class. Please excuse me if I don't cover everything in this video. I'm doing my best. There's a lot of things that I'm still working the kinks out on. So if you do have a specific question, feel free to email me. I may not have a ready-made answer for you just because this is a new year for a lot of things for us. Some of the supplies your students need, they have their digital textbook and digital student notebook that will be rolled out in the next week or so, and I'll teach them how to use that. Their spiral bound notebook, just anything to write on, honestly, or line paper in a binder. Sometimes we'll write or take notes, and then I'll have them send a picture of that to me. Their Chromebook or laptop. If your student has a laptop and is having some issues connecting, please request a school Chromebook. We'll be happy to check that out to you for free. It just has a like a damage policy. So just let us know if you think having a Chromebook would be helpful for your student. I have already told a few students to ask for that. A quiet, well-lit workspace. I do have some students that have been sitting in a dark room. I don't recommend that, but they can do whatever works for them. I know students are pretty much, flying on their own here. And then if they could think carefully about their background, I would prefer not to have a lot of personal items in the background, such as your personal space or bedding. But if you guys have no choice, it's not a big deal. We can work with that. The one thing I am going to ask is that your student please not lay in bed for class. So they can stand, they can sit, they can, be somewhere, but I just really would request that they're not laying in bed. A pen or a pencil, some sticky notes, a planner, or even a piece of paper where they can jot down everything that's due for that day. Okay. So my class website, I did send out to you before. There's a general information calendar there. Please subscribe to that. As a parent, it helps give you reminders of when my seventh grade classes are each day. And it does not give the Zoom links. It is a public calendar, so it's just a general information like, hey, there's a meeting at 9. Hey, there's a meeting at 10. And then there is a resources and links section at the bottom of each page of my website for parents and students. Please check that out. PowerSchool, helpful parent resources, things like that. This is my, let me let you know a little bit about me. This is my 10th year at Olympus, and my first year teaching through EVA. So I am teaching some CAVIT students this year, which I'm so excited about. This is my 15th year teaching. I previously taught high school science in Sacramento and Campbell. And I have a BA in geology and an MA in science ed, both from UC Davis. So my hobbies include reading, knitting, cooking. I love to cook. I've played the trumpet since I was 11 years old. And I traditionally play in graduation for the kids. And I do have a small livestock farm that we run, very small. We have some alpacas and pygmy goats. And I love my pets. I have so many pets. I'm a pet person. We have fish. These are the fish. Normally, there's some stick bugs right here behind me. And I have my parents who live on the property with me and my children who are in 2nd and 4th grade this year. I have a huge passion for science, and I love learning, and that's really what I love to share with my students. And that's the one thing I really hope that they get out of this year is that they can love learning and they can love science, and that it applies to them. So our course specifics this year, we follow the Next Generation Science Standards, which are the California Department of Education put forth. We follow the Integrated Learning Progression Model, which includes these 3 general realms of matter, ecosystems, and planet Earth. So essentially, we take all of these core subjects such as chemistry, biology, and geology, and physics, and we put them together into a storyline that's engaging for our students. And I'm really excited to offer it this year. So our new science curriculum is called Bring Science Alive. It looks like this book here. Your student is going to have digital access to this book. That's what our district purchased over the summer. We're so excited. And we were able to get a great price. So I'm just really excited about this curriculum. It's very engaging. So our brand new curriculum is it follows the NGSS Next Generation Science Standards, and the login information is coming soon. We're still working on rostering students into this brand new program for our district, which we piloted in the fall. Grades in PowerSchool. I weight my grades. This is a new grade weighting system for me this year. So please be patient with me if I don't have immediate answers to your questions. But if you could please just track your students' grade in PowerSchool, I would really appreciate that. The assignments will be broken down by skills and content knowledge as the main learning portion of the grade. And then the engagement and participation is 20% of their grade. And so that includes daily instruction, how they work in a group, how they work with me, etc. So that's really that engagement and participation. Skills and content knowledge is going to be broken down. And so depending on the activity, let's say I ask 3 questions for homework. The first 2 questions are basic information. Do you know how to do this, or do you understand this? And that would be categorized as skills. And then the last question would be maybe an example of phenomena, like why is it that there's lightning in the summer and it's really hot and windy? They would be demonstrating content knowledge in that example and using skills to demonstrate that content knowledge. So that content knowledge question would go into that 40% of their grade. So what this does, and that would be on a quiz as well. What that does is it helps me understand a little more clearly what your student may be struggling with, and how I can adjust my teaching and my delivery of instruction to help your child understand better. So that's really the point of the grade. It will be broken down, and you'll see that online in PowerSchool, how things are working. So that said, please at least check PowerSchool once a week with your student. I really appreciate that. And kind of go over it with them, and we can talk about it if you have any questions. Late or missing work should be turned in at least within 1 week after the original deadline. So I do ask that your child contact me if they did any late work, because I'm not going to go back and check it unless they alert me that they've done it late. So for the first couple weeks, nothing's being marked late. But after the first couple of weeks, I will be marking work as late and will only accept it for up to 1 week after its original deadline. So if your student couldn't do the work for whatever reason, including they forgot, they can complete it up to 1 week after. So I have talked about these situations with the students, and how it's always best to do your work right when you are assigned it. Okay. I give feedback to students during live sessions, PowerSchool. I'm trying to get parents to please email all of your teachers if your student's going to be absent, so that we can talk about what they're missing. I'm here for you, so please contact me if you have questions. Assessments, basically testing, or how do I make sure your student understands. I do it in 2 different ways. I do it live and I do it not live. And so I will be breaking things down as the year goes by. I'm still not 100% sure how it's going to look this year, because everything is different. So again, if I don't have a super clear answer for you right now, I promise I will by the end of the trimester. And so our students will also take quizzes through TCI. So the program is super engaging. It has real life examples of problems. They have video clips. Students solve those problems, and they take the quiz that way. Students really enjoyed the quizzes in the past. One thing I wanted to point out, and I know it seems really harsh, but I really have a good reason. Quizzes can't be made up or retaken. So if I have a student that misses a quiz because they forgot, if they didn't study, if they are ill, it is very difficult for a student to make up that quiz. Um, Mostly because of the digital environment that we are assessing students in. I can get enough information from their in-class work and their online work that I can get the information I need to understand how they're doing. And so what I would do is excuse the quiz. Okay. Um, and then the rest of the trimester assessments, that will happen, or they will take the other quizzes, and then the rest will be averaged out. So I will not be giving an excused grade for more than 3 quizzes throughout the trimester. So if they miss more than 3 quizzes, the rest of the quizzes will not receive a score. And so that could negatively impact their grade. And I really would need to contact you to make special arrangements for your student. Quizzes can't be retaken if a student does really poorly on a quiz. It shouldn't super impact their grade because I have enough evidence from their skills and content knowledge to have a good idea of what they understand and have that reflected in their grade. Okay, so I think that's it. So if you need help, let me know. Send me an email. I have a YouTube channel for playlists. Please click the links on this slideshow, and I will see your students soon.